Don't forget to share your audio. Alrighty, thank you for joining us for the November Town Hall meeting. And I forgot to set the timer for a longer time, so we're gonna hit the orbit in 10 minutes. Yay! This month I have with me Certified, Cosmic, and Cupcake. So thank you for joining me, you guys, wherever you are hiding. Cupcake, of course, is sniping. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are joining us, go ahead and put your name in the chat so we know who's in here, and just go ahead and throw in any questions you have into the Twitch chat, and then we will try and answer them. Dude, wow, I'm about to die. All right, first thing on the schedule for this month is, or first thing on the agenda for this month is the schedule. There we go. The schedule is pretty much stabled out. Everybody's light levels have gone up, so that way, you can actually start doing more interesting things and all that fun stuff. I have put on there for the rest of the year all of the events. So if you go out to the calendar, arrow over to December, you're going to see a ton of events out there. And there are a couple weekends that I have not set yet because I am waiting for the official Iron Banner week. It should be the week of the 5th. But, you never know when it comes to Bungie. Assuming that it is that week, so actually it would be the 6th through the 12th, we'll be doing Iron Banner that week, which means that we'll be doing official teams on the 10th and the 11th. And then that means that we will be doing a Flawless Crotus run on the 17th. If Iron Banner gets pushed a week, Flawless Crota run will move up a week, and Iron Banner will move down a week, So just kind of, to take it with a grain of salt, I guess I should say. Also, depending on when Iron Banner is, the week following or the week before Iron Banner will be the next Laughing Tournament. Congratulations to Ariam for kicking all of our butts with total style this month. I don't think I've ever seen anybody quick scope out of a shade step so well. I died a lot, but it was a ton of fun, and so thank you to everybody who joined us. So his title is up for grabs next month, so you may want to start practicing now. The reason why we are running around on the Rested Lands is that it is going to be the Crucible map for December. So Hide and Seek and the Laughing Tournament will both be held on this map. Also, for those of you who are noticing, I'm on my Warlock, because I have a Warlock, and she wears Sparkle Pony, and it's awesome. So I look fabulous as I'm dying constantly because I'm not paying attention. I'm just wandering around the map. Other big things to mention is that Sparrow Racing League will be held sometime in December. We are thinking the end of December, but we do not have official dates yet. Last I heard, it was going to be the last 2 weeks of December. It's kind of sort of what I heard, but I'm not 100% sure. So as soon as we know, you'll know. The other big change that you will see on the calendar is there is now Trials of Osiris up on the calendar for Friday through Monday every single weekend. I will update it on Friday morning with the map that Trials is going to be on. But you can go in there and sign up for whatever day you want to run Trials. and we will not be setting up fire teams or have an officer on call. Instead, just anybody who's interested can just go ahead and sign up and contact each other. So that way you guys can figure out the time that you want to run it, whatever. So I just went ahead and put it on there for every single day. If you go out onto our Shifter site, laughingatdestiny.shifter.com, you'll see a link on the top called Roster. If you click on that, it actually will take you to a list of all of our different members. So if you're ever looking for anybody to help you out with anything, hit up the people that's on the roster, add them to your friends list, talk to each other, all that good fun stuff. There's always people online, and there's usually somebody playing Destiny. So it's a good way to kind of meet people in the clan and all of that. So the next thing I want to talk about was the Xbox Club. For those of you who haven't noticed, in the last Xbox update that went out, they had a new feature called Xbox Clubs. It's basically Xbox's built-in answer to LFG. Clans and groups and friends and all that can go under and use it. It has a hear me? Sorry,
Hello, I can hear you now.
I went out for a moment. Sorry. You can go out there and chat, share stuff from your feed, see who's online, whatever. There's also a built-in LFG in there, so if you're looking for one more for something on just a pickup thing, you can use that and, play with people. Which leads me into...
I have a question.
Yes.
Before you get off the topic of the clubs.
Yes.
I've tried sending my wife an invite to that like 3 different times, and it won't go out to her. I don't know if somebody else can try sending her an invite to it, but... Because I have both of our Xboxes hooked up side by side, and I've sent them to her, and she never gets them on her account. I don't know if anybody else has that issue.
I'll have to look and see. I think that I gave you the rights to invite people directly.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, because otherwise you can just suggest a person and then it goes to me, which I learned the hard way with Magic. Sorry about that, Magic. But yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what's going on with it. And she should be able to just go in there, or anybody really, should be able to go in there and request to be added, and then I can approve the request. So after we're done with the meeting, I'll go in and check it out and see, see what's going on with it. So for those of you that have signed up inside of Discord, you may have noticed that it's gotten really, really quiet, mostly because of the fact that not a lot of people are in there or playing Destiny as much, because it's the end of the year, so it's holidays, it's taking a break after all of the Rise of Iron hype and playing insane amounts of Destiny for a few weeks straight. Stuff like that. So instead of using Discord, what we're going to do is we have the shout box, which we've always had on the Shifter website. The other thing that we're going to do is use the Xbox Club. So it does have, like I mentioned, the chat inside of it. So, I mean, if you just want to go in there and just talk about random stuff, you can. And
Mm-hmm.
that way we don't have to keep the Discord up and running, when not a lot of people are actually in it. Because, I could sit there and talk to myself, but, that's not any fun. And that way, too, it's one less place that the admins have to keep track of. And it works great. We may, start it back up again if, like, say, if Destiny 2 drops and we have a lot of people that are up and talking and whatever. Just right now, there isn't a lot of people in there. So instead, we're just going to use the shout box on Shifter and the chat on the Xbox Club. There's also a just live chat that's on the Shifter website on the web version. It does not keep the history, I don't believe. So, I mean, if you see other people online and you want to say hi, you can just go on there and say hi. It's on the upper right hand corner, which is next to you where it has your name and how many people are online and your messages and all of that stuff. The other ways of communication, as always, you can send any of us messages on Xbox or a private message on the Shifter website. You'll get messages from me at least once a week. And because I do the weekly notes, they normally go out on Tuesday morning. I've been kind of busy the last few weeks, so they haven't been going out exactly on time. But normally on Tuesday morning, you'll see a message from me on Shifter going over all of the events that's upcoming for the week, any notices we have, important dates, a list of any of the new members we've had in the last week, so you can give them a hello, whatever. So there's all different avenues for communication. So, yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is the change to ranks. So if you were to go out onto the website and look at the members, so if you get a roster and underneath of it, you can actually just click on ranks. You'll notice that the Tower Citizen rank is now gone. It seemed like we had a lot of people joining in as a Tower Citizen, and then we would never hear from them. Like months go by, and none of us had even a hello from them. And we're trying to keep it up and running. We all of you guys, what you're up to, all of that. And, active members, it's just kind of it's only, I wouldn't say burden, but it's one more thing to keep track of. And it also inflates numbers, which means that, prospective members, they could come out and say, oh, you have like 8 people. Well, if 40 of them aren't even doing anything, you have 80 people. So what we decided is to get rid of the Tower Citizen rank, which means that everyone will now be held to the participation rules. Here, I'll come sit over here with you guys. And the participation rules means that you have to be active at least once every 30 days. The more active you are, the better, obviously, but we all have lives, so we get it. Signing up and showing up for scheduled events, sending me a message, saying stuff in the Xbox Club, any of that type of stuff, that all counts as being active in the clan for the participation rules. And if you do go like on vacation or you take a break from Destiny or whatever, just send me a quick message and say, hey, I'm going to be on vacation for like 3 weeks or, whatever. Or I'm really busy this month with finals or, whatever the case it is. You don't even have to tell me a reason. Just let me know when you expect to be back and I'll make a note of it. And so that way, like, I won't think that you're being inactive. I keep track of, what you guys, do for activities, to make sure that everybody's staying active in the clan and all that stuff. So the people that were previously on Tower Citizens, they've already been contacted to ask what they want to do. So if they want to move up the Tower Guard or whatnot. But yeah, so that's the big change that we've made. So that means that everybody now is on participation rules. Yay! Participation for everyone. And that is, I believe, everything that we had. It's a pretty short meeting this month.
Ammo inbound.
Cupcake, did you have anything?
Really hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh yes, I forgot to say that. I did. I
It
hope
Was safe
everybody
during
had a
Black
good-
Friday.
Yes.
I got like run over or anything.
Wow, that was harsh.
That was uncalled for.
Dang. It's like Certified's body just went flying.
I told you he has it out for me. Nobody wants
He
to
was
believe
just
me.
reenacting Black Friday. That's all.
Yeah, that was it.
Cosmic, what you got?
Just pretty much everything that you said. I do think it's. Oh, that was savage! Holy crap!
Oh wow!
Cosmic, I didn't mean it.
Oh
You
my
hit Cosmic so hard you
gosh.
kicked her out of the
Oh.
match.
I was returned to orbit because I was inactive for too long.
Aww.
I just think I was gonna say I think it's really important for everyone to remember that if
I
you
heard
sign
that.
up for something, please, please, please show up for it and try to be as on time as possible. I know schedules get hectic, things pop up at the last moment, but if you sign up for something on the schedule, please show up for it. If you can't show up, let someone know. Remove yourself from the list so we're not looking for you. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, 15 minutes before the scheduled event, the signups will lock down. That gives us time to make sure that we have the groups figured out. If there's multiple teams, so we have somebody to lead each raid team or whatever team, Nightfall team. So that's why we have the 15-minute lockout beforehand. If you end up not being able to show up and it's after that 15 minutes, say it's like 7:15 or 7:18, whatever, just send a message to either the officer on call or me or pretty much any of the officers, and we'll get it to the person that's on call. If you look on I can't do this and talk at the same time, guys. If you look on the actual events, I normally am pretty good about putting on there who the officer on call is. So, who's going to be running it. And especially if you were offline or, it's getting close to the time for it to start and you have not heard anything from the officer on call, go ahead and jump in their party, send them a message, because they may,
Good shot.
you may be offline, they may not see you, whatever. So that way, they can find you. And I know that a lot of you guys are like, oh, you can find me just as easy. But I have like 100 people on my friends list. So when you guys are offline, it sometimes takes
That's
me a
no
little
lie.
bit to find you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I'm scrolling really fast too. So, it happens. So if you signed up for something and you don't hear anything from the officer on call, go track them down and be like, hey, if there is not an officer on call on the list, bug any of the officers you see online. Normally I'm online during events. Occasionally, I have life things or whatever, so I'm not online. But if that's the case, just bug any of the officers and we'll try and direct you in the right direction. But yeah. Certified. What do you got for us?
I'm good. I don't got
You're good?
anything to add, really. I'm just practicing my sniping skills, except for me just killing you, so ignore that. But other than that, I'm practicing my sniping skills. Damn it, Cosmic, hold still.
Alright, well, I will give it a couple minutes for anybody to ask any questions. Like I said, this is a pretty fast meeting this month. The majority of it was just, reminders about stuff and some changes that we're making for communication and whatnot. But yeah, it's for those of you who are not 400 yet, don't believe anybody who tells you that you have to run the hard raid in order to get to 400. Because
Right.
that's completely not true. All 3 of my characters
Load of
have gotten to 400 without completing the hard raid, so it's really not that hard. So, what I've told people multiple times is, but just as a reminder, or if you haven't heard this before, all of the factions, so that is your New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, Vanguard, Crucible, Eris, Varix, Petra, Gunsmith. I think that's everyone. They roll up to 390 for faction packages. Which means that if you're under 390, you best be
That
pushing your
should've killed
faction. When Xur comes in, go feed him strange coins for heavy. Go feed your heavy to faction. It doesn't matter, what they give you, as long as it's a higher light level, right? So, just make sure you're always at your highest light when you go to turn in your faction package. Once you hit 390, then you can start doing the fun stuff of going into Archon's Forge, getting a higher ghost and class item and artifact, because those roll up to 400. Then start getting skeleton keys and, you can just do the regular Siva Crisis Strike playlist. You can run through them so much faster than doing heroic. There's no modifiers on them. So you can get, skeleton keys. Once you actually get the skeleton key, go open up that strike directly. Make sure you change it to the 320 version. And, run the strike really quick. Open up the skeleton chest to get your whatever. There are lots and lots of lists out there online. I think we have it linked several places throughout the website that tell you what exactly is in which chest for each strike. The only 2 things that you will be missing are boots and chest. For those, you can farm exotics. You can do Iron Banner. You can do trials. All 3 of those will give you up to 400 for, all items really, but for boots and chest. Once you get everything up to about the same light level, you start over with Archon's Forge and you keep on going. I mean, that's how, that's how the majority of us got up to 400. I mean, I know that's how Cupcake and I got to 400 so fast. It definitely was not the hard raid. So, don't feel like you're never going to make it to 400.
On you guys.
Because, that's how we did it. What did you say,
Get
Certified?
a headshot on me when I jump up. I was just talking about, like, I assure you guys that we're not holding out on you just because we're officers.
No.
We're not like
I
running in
haven't
a
even
pack to
completed the
level
hard raid.
400.
I've tried all.
I'm
of, like,
399.
3 times.
I have not completed the hard raid. I'm still only stuck at 399 because I need arms. The last
Yeah.
piece I need is gauntlets, but I haven't completed the hard raid.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, even Jedi,
but-
who hasn't played very much, she's pretty close to 400. Last I talked to her. So I mean, it's completely doable. Don't feel like you're stuck behind it. This is the one thing I really liked about what Bungie did is that they didn't make it so that you had to complete the raid on hard in order to get to max light. That way you can do what I did and get to max light and then go try the hard raid, well, I didn't actually do that the first day, but you know what I mean. It makes it a little bit easier because it may be very mechanic light, but the hard raid is very DPS heavy, and everything hurts, and Vosik sucks. So
Very much.
that is the hard raid in a nutshell. But yeah. If you three don't have anything to add, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and put this out on YouTube for everyone who missed it.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Heavy ammo inbound.
Alrighty.
Ammo on the way.
Thank you guys. I will put on the calendar when the next town hall meeting is. I'm still trying to debate if I want to do it the day after Christmas. I'm kind of thinking that it needs to be the week before instead of the regular fourth Monday. So we're looking at either the 19th or the 26th, but like I said, it will be on the calendar. It will be in the weekly notes. And as soon as we hear about when Iron Banner and Sparrow Racing League is, you will know about that too. So, later guys.